Welcome to another edition of the HHC Sports Weekly. I'm Justin Soakland with TheHHCSports.com. The Hoosier Hills Conference wrapped up the regular season in football and crowned an outright champion, no surprise, Columbus East. The HHC teams also moved deeper into the cross-country state tournament series and are gearing up for the semi-state. And the postseason looms ahead for football and volleyball, and HHC teams are looking to do extremely well in those tournaments. So we'll look at all those highlights and all those upcoming events. Let's get started. Columbus East conquered Bedford North Lawrence 63-7. East finished its demolition of the HHC, crushing the Stars like every other league foe this season. Markel Jones ran for 305 yards and 4 touchdowns as the Olympians clinched the outright title. They ran the table by outscoring the 7 HHC foes 441-47, and they extended their HHC winning streak to 56 games. They've also won 11 consecutive titles. East used other weapons against B&L besides Jones. KJ McCarter threw 3 touchdown passes and finished with 168 passing yards. Braden Tidd had 81 yards rushing and B&L's lone touchdown. Jeffersonville shut out Jennings County 26-0. The Red Devils capped their best regular season since 1992 with a shutout, and the Devils allowed only 3 first downs and only 32 rushing yards. Cam Northern was the offensive star as he threw for 302 yards and 2 touchdowns. Braylon Brady caught 6 passes for 153 yards and a score. The Red Devils overcame 16 penalties, which was part of the lack of sharpness that concerned coach Lonnie Oldham.
Anytime you get a win, it's pretty good, but we obviously didn't play very well offensively. And I don't know, coming off that loss this week of practice, we didn't have a real good week of practice either. So Columbus East more or less took a lot more out of us than we thought. So, but we know what we're up against this week. We got to be sure that we're ready because they got a little momentum. They had a big win last night against Southport. So. And then, of course, we beat them last year, so they got a little revenge fight on us. But we look forward to playing Friday night. So.
Floyd Central defeated New Albany 42-21. The Highlanders broke a 21-21 deadlock with 3 touchdowns in the fourth quarter, a burst that allowed them to keep the Anchor Trophy, the prize awarded to the victor in this rivalry game. Floyd wore down the Bulldogs with its power running game. Gage Klingsmith ran for 137 yards, and Gary Posey had 74 yards plus 3 touchdowns as the Highlanders won their 3rd straight game.
Well, it's kind of a tradition at Floyd Central and Albany to play that game at the end, and we were fortunate enough to come out on top.
Well, you talked a couple weeks ago about getting on a roll toward the end of the season, and it looks like you've done that as far as getting some wins and some confidence and some momentum.
What happened, we played probably the 2 best teams in the conference, Jeff and Columbus East back to back, and of course, we take our beatings just like everybody else did, and then kind of got on a roll there. We're starting off with the Bedford game, and then Jennings, and then last night we had a great second half. Our defense played well, and our offense started. We ran a ball control, power running football in the second half, but really controlled the time of possession, and came out on top. We got our running game going for the first time in a few weeks.
Madison overwhelmed Seymour 56-28. The Cubs dominated the second half as Kyle Tucker scored 4 times, powering Madison to an important win. The Cubs finished the regular season with a winning record for the first time since 1998. Tucker ran for 225 yards, helping the Cubs score the 2nd most points in program history in a single game. Madison's defense also picked off 3 passes, all by Reese Dryden, who returned one of them 75 yards for a touchdown. Seymour freshman Alan Perry threw for 144 yards, and he ran for 2 scores, but that wasn't enough as Seymour's modest 2-game winning streak came to a halt.
Kyle came out and had a good game. He got the x-ray last week, and nothing was broken, and he practiced all this week. He's a pretty tough kid. Came out in the game last night. He started out kind of slow. It was 14 and a half, and I just kind of told the kid, let's go out and get this done, and they responded and came out in the second half and kind of took over the game.
You are on the brink of some historic achievements for Madison football as far as the first winning season in a long time, especially if you win your sectional games. What does that mean to you guys to have the program going in this direction?
Yeah, it's good. It's something that Coach Fish started a couple years back, and he's still here helping me out. And it's just changing the culture and changing people's perspective of Madison football down here, and get people to believe in positives, and things are going the right direction. But it sure does help when you got 25 seniors, guys that have been playing for 4 years that have really helped turn this program around.
In other sports, in boys tennis, Jeffersonville fell to Jasper 3-2 in the state quarterfinal. The match came down to a thrilling third set at number one singles, but the Wildcats pulled that out and avenged an earlier loss to the Devils, who finished a fantastic season at 20-2. In cross country, Floyd Central won the girls' team regional title at Crawford County, scoring 30 points. New Albany finished third to qualify for the semi-state. At Brown County, Seymour's girls finished second, while Columbus East was fourth to advance to the next race. In boys, Floyd Central finished third at Crawford County, while Seymour was third and East was fourth in the race at Brown County. And in boys soccer, Floyd Central dropped a 3-0 decision to Evansville Memorial in the regional semifinal at Washington. This week, football sectionals get underway, and here are the first-round pairings. In Class 6A, Columbus North, which is 4-5, will visit Jeffersonville, which is 8-1. The Devils won last year's game 30-22. New Albany, which is 1-8, will visit Center Grove, which is 6-3, and Center Grove crushed the Bulldogs 70-14 last year. In Class 4A, South Dearborn, which is 2-7, will visit number one Columbus East, which is 9-0. It's the first meeting between the teams since 1994. Evansville Wrights, which is 8-1, will travel to Seymour, which is 2-7, and Wrights is ranked number 4 in Class 4A. Madison, 5-4, will visit Franklin County, which is 5-4, and that winner will likely tangle with East in the second round. B&L, Floyd Central, and Jennings County will get underway in Class 5A on October the 31st. In cross country, Brown County will host the semi-state with the top 6 teams earning a trip to the state finals in Terre Haute. In volleyball, in the Class 4A sectional of Bedford, Jeffersonville will face Floyd Central, New Albany will tangle with B&L on Thursday, and Jennings County and Seymour drew the byes to the semifinal on Saturday. The final is set for Saturday night. In the sectional of Columbus East, East will play Columbus North in the first round. And in the 3A sectional of Charlestown, Madison will face Salem in the first round. And don't forget that girls basketball practice gets underway on Monday with that season looming straight ahead. That concludes another episode of the HHC Sports Weekly. Join us again next week as we continue to track the league's team success, and don't forget to follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Until then, thanks for watching.